Okay, so this is another topic I want to talk about. So, my ability to make this entire awesome setup that you see, all of this up there, everything, all of this, the way I have everything set up, is almost entirely driven by these. So, I have almost all of my monitors are now high performance. I've got the one up there, my little 24 is a 165 hertz. That one right there is a 4K 240 slash 1 slash 1080 480. That one is a 3840 by 1600 at 165 hertz. That one back there behind me is a 60 hertz 4K, and that one up there is probably the only one I have running that doesn't. It's a 2K 60 hertz. It's nothing particularly special by modern standards, but the rest of them are. And in order to make them work at the way that they are supposed to work, you need high performance cables. So the cabling to make a lot of this work, as I'm hoping people actually see this and that this helps people, because in the past you would have seen issues where your monitor would just flicker. You'd get like it would look like a defective monitor if you didn't know any better. It would seem like your monitor was turning off, turning back on, signal being lost, then coming back, that kind of thing. Only within the last, I'd say just over a year, maybe 2 years now, have you been able to get cables that can actually drive these monitors at their specs, high refresh rate, high resolution, and also be longer than 6 feet. So the three that I have here, and this is by no means an exhaustive list, but the three that I have here are by brands that I have used and I have had good success with. Most of my screens, I think, let me see, I think that one, that one behind me, and this one are all running these. These are Adorine brand. Adorine, I don't know how to pronounce that brand. And these are the ultra long DisplayPort cables that I have. Now they claim that they're rated 8K. They probably could run 8K, I bet, based on how fast, because that one, my 4K 240, I will say I've had one or two minor dropouts on it, but it's very rare. It's not common enough to be annoying. I think it's happened maybe once or twice in the 2 weeks now that I've had the monitor, so it's definitely intermittent, very intermittent. I'm hoping this one is rated even higher. This one claims 16K. I don't think that's even a thing, but the way that I believe that these cables are achieving these things is build quality and consistency. So that's why these cables are so dang big. If you see how thick these are, there's a lot of shielding and just material in them. They're very heavily built cables, and they need to be. Your little tiny ones, your normal DisplayPort cables aren't going to cut it. This is by a brand though that I have used and I've been happy with. What the heck was this? This was High Wings. Yeah, this one was a High Wings branded one. All of the High Wings cables I have so far used, and I do have some of the high performance DisplayPort cables that run like my OLED TV, and I think I may also have a high performance HDMI. Sorry, not high performance DisplayPort. I meant high performance HDMI. So the high performance HDMI running my 120 hertz OLED, and also the high performance HDMI running the ultra wide 38 at 165, 38, 40, 1600. I believe is also running a HDMI. I think actually I might be running 144 hertz off of HDMI. I think it's limited to 144 on HDMI on that one. It's a few years older. Um, and those, I believe, are High Wings HDMI cables that I'm using. And I have always been happy with them. They have not failed to deliver what I've purchased them for. I have used, and the last brand is Evanki. I have had good luck with their cables as well. I've never bought one of their cables and had it not deliver what I needed it to for the spec, based on the specs I've described of these monitors. This one, I believe, is one of my ultra long 30-foot cables. They're cheap if you are talking in terms of Best Buy. Best Buy charges, it's stupid what they charge. If you're talking in terms of online cabling, these are pretty expensive. I think the 25s are, I don't know, 30 feet. This one, and I believe the 16K rated, I believe that means DisplayPort. I believe that translate, the actual technical is DisplayPort 2.1. This was actually really expensive. This was a $40 cable. Now, expensive and looking heavily built doesn't necessarily mean it is what it says it is. I've had good luck with these brands. You're only going to know if it works if you get it and it works. I hate to say that. So the only thing you can really do is look on the feedback page and see if people are really complaining that it's garbage cabling. These three brands I can vouch for: Aderine, High Wings, Evanki. I've had good luck with them. I've never got garbage from them. I've got worse cables, far worse cables. I actually, the first big cable buy that I did when I started doing this setup here was Monoprice, and the cables were straight up garbage. Everyone swears by Monoprice. They're supposed to be good stuff. The cables were straight garbage. I was unimpressed. Actually, I believe on the last setup that I did a couple of days ago, I removed the remainder of the Monoprice cables and replaced them all with these higher end ones. And I can vouch for the Aderine ones. I've run up to 30 feet. And I've had good luck with them. So I know they're good cables. I believe that monitor right now is running 165 hertz. I'm sorry, 144 hertz. No, yeah, no, it's 144. I clocked. I didn't want to do the overclock feature. I have no idea if that is good for it or bad for it. I don't know. In this application, I don't need high performance. I just happen to have it. But that's running 144, 3840, 1600. And I have not had a single hiccup, a single cutout or anything. And I believe that that one is currently running on a 25 or 30 foot Aderine DisplayPort. I believe they're 2.0 and they say 8K on them, but I'm not sure what I think DisplayPort 2.0 is what that actually equates to. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because this is a big problem. I think a lot of people have it. I saw Linus. Linus did a video on cables a little while back, but he only did basic cables. They didn't test these really long cables. I don't really know why. The only thing I can figure is that the VESA certification for DisplayPort only goes up to like 3 meters. So they were like, well, we're going to fairly test it and only test to rate it or something like that. The other thing you can do is you can get fiber optic based. I haven't felt the need to do that now that these are available. I was about this close to pulling the trigger on one of those a couple of years ago before these became available, but these did become available, and so that just became unnecessary. But anyway, I hope you guys find this useful, and thanks for watching the video.